Hey everyone, in this video, I'm going to be covering the home page. Now, how did I get to this page? Your home page is your main landing page in RubberTree after you've logged in. If you navigate away from this page and want to get back here, what you're going to do is go to the icon in the upper left-hand side of your menu. It's this icon with 3 horizontal lines. We like to call it the hamburger menu. When you click that menu, the home page is the very first selection. So once you click home, it takes you right back to this main landing page or home page. The purpose of this page is to give you quick, easy access to information that needs to be readily available when you're working your customers, taking customer phone calls, or when you're out in the field. The very top bar is a jump to customer bar. This is a typical type ahead field in RubberTree. And what I mean by that is when I click on this particular field, you can see that there's a results box that shows up. And when I start typing in this jump to customer field, as I type, the data is going to start to filter as I type. So if I'm looking for an account and that account is Albertsons, as I start typing in the word Albertsons, as I continue to type, you can see that the results start to narrow or filter to what I'm potentially looking for, okay? In this box, I can search on the customer name. I can also search for the customer ID number if you have that memorized. I can type in 16404 and get to the Albertsons customer that way. And I can also enter any part of the address. So I'm looking for account Albertsons in Perrysburg, Ohio. I can type in multiple criteria and it will, you can see in my demo database here, you can see all of these accounts have the same address, but you can see that as I type in part of the account name and also the city and state, that all of the results do show up here. Now, what happens next? I'm looking for an account, I'm looking for Albertsons, I successfully find it in the results bar. All I have to do is click that account and it will take me to the customer page that gives you all the information from P21 on this customer. Now we're going to cover that in another session. For right now, I'm going to go back to my home screen. I can do that in 2 different ways. I can use my sidebar menu and click the home button here, and it'll take me back to the home page. Or since I'm using a web browser, I can use my back button in my web browser. So I'm going to click my back button, and it'll take me to the last page that I was in RubberTree, which was my home page. The next section is the to-do section. This is going to show you your most recent tasks that are still not completed for easy access and availability for you to manage those tasks. You're able to see by default all of the tasks that you have to manage today. And you can see that there are several tasks showing up for me today. I can use my toggle button to change to tasks that are due this week. And you can see some additional tasks showed up. And I can also look at past due tasks. These all are going to be tasks that have not been completed, that still need to be worked or managed in some way. Okay, so when you find the task that you want to manage and work in any way that you need to, either viewing it or putting in notes after you make the call, etc., all you have to do is click on the ID or the type here right in the screen. Now, how do I know that I can click on the ID? Everything in blue font in RubberTree is a clickable interactive link. So I know that I can click on this ID type and it's going to open up the task for me. If I use my back button, I can get back to my home page. And I can also see that on this one, there is a link to the customer. So if I wanted to get to the customer page for Honeywell, all I have to do is click on Honeywell here, and it takes me to that customer page. So you can see that RoboTree is very interactive. You're able to get to a lot of different information right on these easily readable screens. The next section in your to-do is opportunities. Now the opportunities here is going to show you any opportunity that has an active, that needs any type of work anticipated in the next 14 days. Okay, and again, you're able to click on the opportunity ID or name here to work that opportunity or to view and edit it. So I quickly was able to get to this opportunity, see all of the information about it. I can make edits and update this opportunity as well if I have permissions to. I'm going to use my back button to get back to the home page. Now the next section here is your daily performance. This section is designed to show you all of the transactional level data that's coming in from Profit 21 as your data updates throughout the day. Now your data is updating throughout the day every 30 minutes or so. How do you know the last time your data updated? In your sidebar menu, upper left-hand corner of your screen, if you scroll all the way down to the bottom, there will be a timestamp. Now, this says that the data refreshed quite a long time ago for us, but for your system, you should not see any time generally over 30 minutes. So every 30 minutes, we are connecting to Profit 21, and we're pulling in your data, and you should see an updated timestamp there. Okay, and as that data is pulled in through P21 into RoboTree every 30 minutes, these transactions are going to change. Hopefully, that data is going to increase and your bookings, open orders, quotes, and invoices will continue to increase. This section is absolutely, it is interactive. So if you needed to drill in to any of these dollar values, you're able to do that just by clicking on the value here. So if I wanted to drill into the invoices, I can click on the invoice number, dollar value, and as I scroll down, I can quickly see a sales report that is grouped by invoice number. So I can see that I've got $3,151 worth of invoices that were posted today for my customers. And I'm looking at them by invoice number. Now on the right-hand side here, I am able to see that there is, on my mobile device, a gray dotted line that spans the right-hand side. And that just means that that section is scrollable horizontally. So I know that there's more information to the right on that screen. If I scroll over, I will be able to view it. Okay, so it's just an indicator that there's more information hidden on that screen that you have access to. Now, if I want to slice and dice this sales report a different way, I can change my group by. The group by here is basically asking, how do you want to see that total sales number broken out? I can say, I want to see my $3,000 in sales by product group. So I select product group in my group by, and now that $3,151 in sales is broken out by product group: boots, floor mats, guardrails, linear motion, etc. And all of these are absolutely drillable. So if I wanted to see who purchased this $1,300 in boots, I can click on boots in the product group. And now I'm able to see, of course, by invoice number, that's what it's grouping on, but I can change it to customer. And I'm able to see all of the customers that purchased boots today. You can continue to drill in and change your group bys to get to the information that you're looking for. Now, for those of you who have different types of orders in the system that have service orders or manufacturer rep orders, as well as regular orders, and your admins have turned on the order type drop down, you're able to split out all of those different types of transactions in your reporting. The view by will give you a comparison of your sales based on the year. So I'm viewing 2020 sales comparison. It's going to give me a 3-year comparison of sales. 2020 gross margin dollars comparison will give you a comparison of gross margin dollars year over year for the last 3 years and gross margin percent as well. And you're also able to select 1 year and see sales, gross margin dollars, and gross margin percent side by side. I'm going to go back to my home page by opening up my sidebar menu and clicking home and continuing down with this daily performance section. The daily performance section does allow you to look in the past for any other day that you've had transactions posted. So if you wanted to see how you ended up at the end of Friday, I can change the date to Friday the 23rd here, and it's going to show me all of my transactions that happened that day with the ability to drill in if you needed to. I'm going to go ahead and collapse this section, the daily performance section. I can do that by clicking on this ribbon. And I'm going to open up the sales ribbon. This sales ribbon is closed by default. You can see that there's a nice report here, as well as a graph. This data is actually going to show you all of your customers that you have access to. So if you're a sales rep and you have access to your own territory's accounts, this is the information for your set of accounts. If you're a company manager, you may have access to see all accounts across the entire company. Okay, so this is your overall sales numbers for the accounts that you're able to see. You're able to drill into any month if you need to and start slicing and dicing that data. You can drill into the total. So if you wanted to look at your full fiscal calendar year and start analyzing that data, who purchased, what did they purchase, what haven't they purchased this year that they purchased last year, things of that nature, drill into the total. And you're also able to change your drop down, your group by drop down right here on this screen. So if you wanted to quickly get a glance at all of the product groups that you've sold this year, without leaving the page, you're able to do that with the ability to drill in. I'm going to close the sales tab there and open up the orders and quotes section. This section is designed for you to find any order or quote quickly. By default, it's going to only show you your top 20 open orders, but you have access to see 3 years worth of open orders if you so desire. You can search on an open order by order number, item ID, item description, customer purchase order number, as well as the ship to of the account. So I can type in 17078010 and hit enter. And you can see that I found the order that I was looking for. I do have a scrollable section here, so I can scroll to the right. I can see the customer purchase order number, the order date, when it was promised. I can see that it's still open. I can click into the order number if I want to see the full header level, line level detail of this order. All of the information that's coming in from P21 about who requested it, who was the taker, the purchase order number, the original order number, etc. And you're also able to see all of the line item details. What items were purchased? Were they canceled, shipped, any on back order? What was the pricing, required date, etc. I'm gonna click back button. I also wanted to show you that in this orders and quotes section, you are able to click this little detail button to the left of the row. And what this will do is open up without leaving the screen. It will expand this section and show you the items that were on this particular order and allow you to then collapse that and move on to the next one. I can quickly see the items that are on each order. And I'm also able to sort this table by any of these fields. So if I don't want it to be ordered by value, which is what it's going to be ordered by default, I can click order date and sort it by order date ascending and then also descending. Okay? You have access to show all of your orders, not just your top 20 orders, by clicking the checkbox under your search area. If I click show all, you can see that there's 448 open orders that I have visibility to, and I can see them all now on my screen. If you want to see only your past due orders, you can click the past due only button, and you can see the order dates when they were promised for orders that are still open. And you have that same functionality. If you scroll down underneath your orders section, you have a quote section that has the same functionality. You can search on quote number, item ID, item description, customer purchase order number, as well as the ship to name. You can expand and collapse your detail button to see what was on that quote. You can show all the quotes if necessary. You can see the ones that are past due, and you can sort your report here.